it's frustrating because there's a lot of talking, and we need to major in doing, and I don't think anybody wants to hear me talk about it as much as I don't feel like saying it. But it doesn't change the steadfast reality that is you have to get better at things, or you'll continue having these same results.
Mike McDaniel, coach of the Dolphins, in the aftermath of Sunday's loss to the Panthers. That's the kind of game that the Dolphins check the box on a win. We've figured out what the Dolphins are. They beat the teams they should beat. They feast on the lesser NFL franchises. And then when it's time to go play an elite team, it doesn't work out. Well, if you're going to reverse the narrative, that's the one you want to reverse, not the one where we beat the bad teams. They went to Carolina, they were up 17-0, and it all fell apart, and the Panthers won the game. And the win from last week against the Jets fades into the rearview mirror. And it's just a question, I think, of when the big changes are going to be made and who the changes will be made with. Is it going to be Chris Grier, the GM? Is it going to be Mike McDaniel, the head coach? Is it going to be both? Is it going to be one or the other? But it just feels like it's heading in that direction, Devin. I feel like it's unavoidable. Their bye is coming up in a few weeks. They have another Thursday night game, which is the mini bye, where you could have an opening to make a change, assuming you even do that, because dysfunctional teams do dysfunctional things. So, you know, there have been plenty of bad teams that have fired guys with only 1 week to turn it around, just because that's what bad teams do. Still, it feels like it's ending in Miami for Grier and or McDaniel and or both.
Yeah, that was rough Sunday. I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Maria, and we're talking about like the bad teams and the coaches, and I say to her, I go, I actually think McDaniel's going to be safe. And they were up 17-0. I was like, because they're gonna steamroll Carolina today. And I was like, because of where they finish in division, like their schedule, they'll get some games. And I said the way they play, so they can go against some of these bad teams, and all of a sudden it's like, oh wow, the Dolphins look like they're back. And that game ends, and I was like, damn, like that was just a rough loss. The way the game had flowed, you're playing against a team that has struggled. You're not burying them, putting them away. So yeah, I don't know what exact changes that will be made, but there's no way for the Dolphins, the expectations they had coming in, and now you look up in this division and you're like, oh no, Tom Brady left. The division became open. We had to deal with Josh Allen. And you mean to tell me now the New England Patriots are going to be back in this window to be the most competitive team in this division with the Buffalo Bills, not us? Like we were right there. Why, like how did we get past? Why are we not? So I do think it's going to be a change, and I think you've said it before in our viewing room of people will continue to be changed around, whether it's a high-paid quarterback or a young quarterback that you spend a lot of draft stock in. And I think that's what's going to happen here in Miami. Like, Tua got paid, and I'm not saying this is all Tua's fault, but, like, I don't know, is it Mike McDaniel? Is he the reason this team's not winning? When he came in, he was the guy that got Tua right. Now they're winning and doing all those things, but he will probably be the guy that gets changed. Even though we saw him come in here and have success. We saw Brian Flores going to Miami and have success, have 2 winning seasons. So, I don't know. You said it. Like, these teams, they continue to do the same thing, even though it doesn't work. I would imagine Miami does the same thing that might not result or yield better results, but it'll be a change.
Tua had the 1 year, 2023, where he went wire to wire. And the irony there is that's the year that quarterbacks were injured left and right. He's one of the not few, but in the minority that played the whole season. The next year, he was in his 5th-year option, $24 million in change, I believe. And for whatever reason, they felt compelled to tear it up and give him a market-level contract. Mm-hmm. And we were saying, don't do it. I was saying, don't do it as loudly as I was saying to the Rams in 2019, don't do it with Jared Goff. Don't do it. Who are you bidding against? Who are you competing with? Why are you doing this? Let's see if he can do it another year. And if he can, good problem to have. Franchise tag him. Sign him to a new contract then. Make him prove that he can stay healthy again. Because then what happened last year after they paid him? Concussion. Week 2. I think it was week 2, Thursday night against the Bills, big concussion. And now they're stuck because not only did they give him the long-term deal, Devin, they committed to 3 years, fully guaranteed at signing. So whoever inherits this mess in Miami next year, they're stuck for 1 more year financially. They don't have to play him, but they got to pay him. And that's all a failure. It all starts with ownership. Ownership creates these messes. Ownership puts people in place who make these mistakes. And they make strategic decisions aimed at things other than winning. We want to show that we were right to trust Tua. We want to show that this was the guy. He's better than Justin Herbert. We're giving him this big contract. And that was like anytime any team is about to give a market-level contract to any player, it's fair to ask, if this guy was on the market right now, how much would someone else pay for him? There's no way we should be paying a penny more than that.
I mean, it's true. And for some reason, I feel like every other position is like that other than quarterback. Quarterback's the one position where the fear of not having a guy at the helm, whether that's to win games or having a guy at the helm that you can sell tickets and have people say, hey, when I look at this team, I envision this guy at quarterback, and that makes me want to buy merchandise, be a fan. Like, I don't know if that plays a part from a business standpoint. These owners are businessmen. I don't know if they say, hey, like, we can never not have a face of the franchise be this quarterback that's either young and up and coming or this veteran guy that people can get behind. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. But I agree with you. Like, every time somebody becomes a free agent or they're going to be a free agent or their options up, like every other team, like you look and you say, hey, if this guy was a free agent, what other guys would we take over him? The first time my contract was up, they were like, Earl Thomas is the cream of the crop. Like, that's the top. We're not going past that. Like, if we don't think you're that, and then they move you down, they name another guy, this guy, that guy, and okay, you fall right here. But for some reason, the quarterback position is, okay, all right, we already know there's 4 guys that we think are different than everybody else. All right, well, I want more than him. It's like, wait, what? It's a weird thing, but it happens year after year with the quarterback position. I don't get it. And it doesn't produce wins. I think that's the funny thing about it. It doesn't make the team that does it. It doesn't make them go, I won't even say win a Super Bowl. It doesn't even make them really NFC or AFC contenders to go and be in the last game in the AFC or NFC with a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but it continues to happen.
Yeah, Tua's in the mid-50s, and they haven't been to the playoffs since they signed him to that contract. Now, it was just last year, but still, they didn't make the playoffs last year, and it looks like they're not going to make it this year. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers with the best dollar-for-dollar bargain we've ever seen on a multi-year deal in Baker Mayfield. You better pay him, Tampa Bay. It's only going to get more expensive. All right, let's take a break. It's Tuesdays with McCourty. It's Hit by a Truck Tuesday. It's also Dr. Doom Tuesday, because when we return, we're going to talk about the mess in Philadelphia. It's not our fault the messes are out there. We're just trying to help people clean them up. We're trying to do our part to turn bad teams around. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.